Imagine a sport that requires grace, athleticism, creativity and strength. Imagine 15 of Australia's top athletes, all with an unwavering will to be the best, who all live to perform. Well, imagine no more. This is calisthenics.
We've got 15 incredible performers today and they are top calisthenics girls. But this is a competition and it's a showcasing competition and it's about finding that final five.
At its core, I think calisthenics is a performance art sport. A perfect physical calisthenics solo includes flexibility, strength, well-executed dance techniques, someone who can emote and perform and connect to their music and deliver a story.
To win this competition, you're going to have the whole package, everything. It's going to be hard to separate 15 to 5, but that's what we're here for.
Our first competitor has battled health issues to be here today.
The best thing about calisthenics is I'm always challenging myself. I never feel like I'm on top of everything. I never have free time. If I'm not at work, I'm doing calisthenics or ballet or something that has to do with calisthenics. Once you have a serious injury, a lot of the time you just feel like giving up. My mum is the most important thing to me. We've had a really difficult 5 years with my health and everything, and she's my biggest supporter. I'll usually crack every bone in my body that I physically can a couple of times just to keep my confidence up, and I do say to myself, "You're on a Roffy, you can do this."
How was that for you?
Amazing.
Well, it was amazing for us, wasn't it?
Thank you.
Your elevation in the routine was spectacular, and the whole performance I thought was beautiful.
Thank you.
Honor, you look $1 million. Absolutely incredible performance. You are such a powerful dancer. And in calisthenics, that's something that we love to see. And I thoroughly enjoyed watching you and I could watch you all day.
Thank you so much.
Just the skill that you are able to cram into such a small piece of your solo is just wonderful and incredible in itself. So congratulations, a really beautiful job.
Well done.
Thank you.
Honor, that was incredible. How do you think you went?
Felt amazing. Loved every second. Was able to breathe through it, so it's positive. It was great. It was awesome.
Do you feel like you're in with a chance to get through?
I'd like to think so. I felt really good out there. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I myself am a very physical performer, so I tend to bend my body in all sorts of places. As a result of that, I kind of have the consequence of feeling physical pain. Lately, I've had issues with my knees. They're currently taped up just for extra stability today. I begin with 3 aerials in a row, and they are extremely fast, faster than I've ever done. So I feel like a risk in that would be if I go too fast, I could almost fall over. However, I'm just gonna keep going, turn my heart out, and then after that, leap to the floor and just give it all I've got.
The opening of that piece was very dynamic. Those aerials were really nice and strong.
Thank you so much.
I think you just need to relax a little bit more and enjoy it.
Yes,
yeah?
thank
see
you.
a little bit more of you come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, but very good, well done. These girls have the highest level of technique. They're all way up there, but it's that next step. which is taking it to a performance and really selling and really connecting with that audience. It's all about connection. You can have all the technique in the world, but if you haven't got connection to your audience, you have nothing.
My name is Olivia Balukas and I've been doing calisthenics for 18 years as I started when I was 4 years old. I don't see myself as old, but I definitely see myself as an older competitor compared to a lot of other girls. The side of calisthenics that I prefer to show is the graceful side and the emotional side. As soon as you step on that stage, it's your time to shine and you've got to do your absolute best.
When the sharpest words wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send a flood to drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me, look out, 'cause here I come. And I'm marching on a beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me.
I was going to write things, but I didn't. I just wanted to watch you, and you are brave because you've come out. We've seen, you know, the calisthenics glitz and glamour, but we've paired it all back here, and you are absolutely beautiful, Olivia.
Thank you.
You're a joy to watch. You're technically perfect.
Thank you.
And I could watch you all day.
Oh, thank you so much.
I really couldn't fault that, Olivia. That emotion, that soul, that connection, I mean, it was just piercing. It was just magnificent, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The girls that we're going to see perform today, they're all at a very, very similar level. So what they need to now find is that garnish that is going to make us really remember their piece, and they get our heart racing and their hair standing up on the back of our neck.
This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin. This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin.
My story about calisthenics is very different because when I first started calisthenics, I got flexible very quickly. So we decided that we should put me into some circus training. I do think it gives me a little bit of an advantage. I'm a bit different. Whereas most girls, it's like a generational thing, so their mums will put them in them the second they can walk, sort of thing. The music for my routine is Radioactive, which is going to be very different because it's very dark and intense. I just naturally perform like in a more intense, darker way. My body flows with dark music more. I've just never been a happy little dancer.
Waking up to action dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals. I'm waking up. I feel it in my bones. Enough to make my system blow. Welcome to the new age. To the new age. To the new age.
Claudia, my back's hurting just watching it. Really ultra flexy, just amazing to watch. And also you kept that connection with the audience. You really kept that connection with the audience, so well done.
Thank you so much.
Good job.
You make it look really easy, and I'm sure it's not. Your balance, your centeredness is extraordinary. A remarkable performance. Well done.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For so many families within our community, calisthenics is intergenerational. But for the Smiths, the sport captured so many more family members than ever expected.
I think I was about 4 or 5 when I started calisthenics. I've done it for about 9 years.
So there's been 3 generations in our family that have done calisthenics. My mum started when she was a little girl. Then I got into it when I was 4. Then, yeah, Isabel and Ashton.
Calisthenics is definitely a family addiction. Growing up on this farm, it's a great space to be practicing flips and tricks and leaps because I've got all this room to practice and just get better at everything I'm doing.
Ashton used to have to come along to Isabel's classes when she was 2.5. He used to sit up the back with the iPod, being bored.
He saw me doing maths one week, which is like doing tricks on a mat with the teacher's help.
So I just thought, why not join in?
So, well, you can give it a go, but you have to keep doing it after 2-week trial. And yeah, here we still are 9 years later.
Never stopped since. I love it so much. My biggest strength in calisthenics is like handstands and all those strength movements. I like doing aerials and tricks, especially flexibility stuff. It's quite special being the only boy in my club. Like, I get treated really awesome.
Oh, Ashton loves being in the world of girls.
To be honest, no one really cares that he's a boy.
Some of the boys get like really impressed. Literally, if I just do a split on the ground, they'll be like, whoa, how do you do that? Calisthenics has definitely brought our family closer together.
I like to support him at calisthenic comps, and when he comes to my competitions, he always supports me.
She always strives to be just the same as him, and I want to do what Ashton can do, and Ashton can do an aerial, so now I want to be able to do an aerial and things like that. So I think it's been good for both of them.
I think I'll inspire a few more boys to join calisthenics. I already have inspired a few.
He makes me so proud to just be him and not care what anyone else thinks. He just does what he wants to do, and hopefully that will pave the way for the future of boys in dance, in calisthenics, in any other slightly female-orientated sport.
I got involved with calisthenics because my entire family has been involved with calisthenics. It actually started back with my great-grandmothers, both of them, on both sides, and then down into my grandmother's, and then my mum. I kind of had no choice to start, but I love it. I wouldn't imagine it any other way.
Well, Amelia, you certainly grabbed our attention. Your feet are clearly magical, but you've also got incredible technique and flexibility, which is just, you know, the absolute combination that any calisthenic girl wants. So you had me wanting more, and I hope to see more of you. So congratulations, it was a beautiful performance.
Thank you so much.
The skill of the girls, it's really gone next level. Not only they execute with such prescription their technical skills, but the way that they perform with such beauty and grace, it astounds me actually. I'm blown away.
This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin. This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin.
My name is Angel, and I'm here to participate in the top 15, to perform a 30-second solo, and to hopefully get into the top 5. Calisthenics requires a lot of physical strength. Because it is a sport, it's not an art. We are expected to do gymnastic movements, but like a ballerina, and a lot could go wrong, especially if you're not prepared. I struggle to believe that I am good or good enough. If I was to win this, it would definitely give me the confidence and the reassurance that, yes, I am good. It would just mean the world.
Fear not, here I come, you can't hide. Fear not, here I come, you can't
You're always a joy to watch, Angel. You are captivating and you've got obviously that beautiful technique. Was there something that was
perhaps missed out in that routine then?
Yes.
Can you explain what that was?
It was a jump, turn to the floor.
Was there any reason why you left it out, or it was just
I was just focusing on being in the moment and performing.
I know that you get nervous and you're hard on yourself, and that is probably the reason that you are so good. So just know how beautiful and all-rounded you are on stage, and just roll with it, because it's just magnificent to watch.
Thank you.
How are you after that?
Well, I definitely did miss something out.
Yep.
But I was just focusing on the performance and being present.
Yeah, and so how are you feeling coming off the stage?
I'm pretty proud, pretty happy.
Well, you put your best foot forward, so well done.
Tried to, thank you.
The perfect performance, what all dancers aim for, it's primarily execution. So you're looking for a performance without any error.
What I'm looking for in a 30-second routine is someone that makes me feel something, gets me excited and makes me want to stand up and cheer.
Just depends on what they would like to show us and what they think that they can cram into that 30 seconds that's going to sort of pierce us and leave enough to be selected for the final 5.
Next, our youngest competitor takes the stage.
My name is Sienna. I am 13 years old and this is my 11th year of doing calisthenics. Being one of the youngest here and being with all of these incredible other 14 girls, literally every one of them I idolise. I'm just in awe of everyone who's here. For me, this is just such an amazing opportunity for myself, so I can learn more from them and be like them one day.
Wow. I mean, and 13 years old. Are you in year 7, year 8?
Year 8.
Year 8. Oh my gosh, that is absolutely amazing. What you have ahead of you is actually outrageous. It was effortless, and we've seen a lot of much older girls today, and you were well and truly in that mix. You look like you had a great time. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Yeah, great. It's just effortless. So really well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sienna, that was superb.
Thank you.
How are you feeling?
I think that I need to believe in myself and trust myself more, because I know I can do it and I just can't let those nerves take over me.
You were just a ray of sunshine to watch. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're at the halfway point of the competition. Now remember, only the top 5 will make it through on This Is Calisthenics.
What I love about calisthenics is just the freedom that you have when you perform. Every single girl is different and they all have their own strengths. My audition routine today is to the music Wild Wild Party, and it is choreographed by my gorgeous sister, and it incorporates a lot of dance and flexible movements, as I feel those are my strongest areas. I'm going to try and show to the specialists that I can get out there and I can show energy and personality, and then I can also be really controlled and show elegance.
I thought it was a great performance. You've got that beautiful facility, so you've got those legs and those arms. I would have liked to have seen a little bit more energy throughout, especially with a piece of music like that. It was a great choice of music. We'd like to see a bit more sort of pumpy.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
Well, thank
Well done.
you.
The thing is with these girls, they're immaculate at these tricks, but then they also have to have that finesse and dance element that goes with it. So it's not just a trick. You have to have feel and emotion within the trick as well. It has to flow.
So many competitors have told us here today that calisthenics has changed their lives, but it doesn't just change at the elite level.
K&K represents Kim and Kelly. What we wanted to do was build an all-inclusive club for all ages and abilities, and that's what we've got. Josh is autistic. Go backwards. It was quite hard to find activities for him to do, and I thought, if it's hard for me to find stuff for him, how is it for other parents? So that's when I started thinking more on calisthenics.
All right, ready? K&K, all the way. K&K Calisthenics is nearly our whole life at the Hamilton House. So I've got Molly in sub-juniors and then Abby and Ella in juniors together.
Come on, Ella, move it!
Ella has been doing calisthenics for 6 years and has Down syndrome. So when she did come to us, Mon thought that she wouldn't be able to do much.
We had tried other things. We had tried dance classes, but the routines were too long. They weren't really well set up to assist her. So a friend of ours suggested we give calisthenics a go. And from the minute we walked in, it was so welcoming. So only 2 years ago now, Miss Kim and Miss Kelly suggested to me that Ella participate in a solo dance competition. And at the time I was like, are you sure?
Because Ella is Ella and everybody loves her, we did a big extravaganza on her solo.
Kim did a fantastic job making a routine that really played to Ella's strengths.
It's finding something that they love and they can just build on or just show off. We did a little jazz routine. This is me from The Greatest Showman. Had a bit of dance to it and a little bit of her showing off her flexibility. Her confidence level halfway through when we started cheering just went from to... and her face lit up. All the subbies joined her and started skipping on after her and then held her up at the end, and she was just, you know, the face was just priceless. All our other members were just like, that was amazing. I said, you need to make people aware that just that little routine that she learned built up the way she felt about herself. And the way everybody looked at her, you know, this is Ella giving her best. It just builds their confidence.
For those few minutes when she's on stage with her friends, you forget that, you know, she has those extra challenges and she's just part of the team. So that's all any parent really wants.
This is who I'm meant to be. This is me. We're the best.
This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Couture Costume Dancewear. This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Couture Costume Dancewear.
I feel calisthenics is a lifestyle. It's not just a sport. You live and you breathe calisthenics if you're a part of it. Calisthenics is a part of my life in every way. At home, there's sequins on the floor. I've got mirrors in my house that I look at just being like, oh, calisthenics. I went through a stage where I was really anxious before I went on stage, and I struggled getting out there. But I've overcome that now, and I just try and go out there and just enjoy the moment for what it is. The second that I step out onto that stage, everything just goes away, and I can feel the light shining on my face, and it's just a whole new world.
Summer Sunday nights, we'd sink into our seats right as
That was really fun. You're a
Thanks.
bundle of fun, and it was just light and just made us happy to watch you perform. Fabulous commanding entry with your 2 leaps and then into your aerials. So well done on that, because that's not easy to kickstart a performance with something that complicated. So
Thank you.
great energy, great performance, and well done today.
Thanks so much.
Our next competitor chased her dreams to the bright lights of New York.
This year is actually my 20th year of calisthenics. It's a sport that I feel like if you're in it for a lifetime. I had a break from calisthenics when I turned 18. It got to a point where I was really wanting to actually pursue a career in ballet. So I moved to New York and trained there for a couple of years. Unfortunately, I got injured, so I decided to come home. Coming home from New York after obviously being severely disappointed about getting injured and it just all not working out was extremely hard. You know, you have to give up on a dream. But I was very lucky that I did get that call up to come back to calisthenics because it reopened my eyes to the support that I have in this sport.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die. I dreamed that God would be forgiving.
Really is hard to comment on something that is really quite flawless. Your technique is just second to none, Beck. On top of this exquisite technique and skill and strength and flexibility, you have a wonderful ability to be able to connect and portray a story. So yeah, it was just exquisite.
Thank you. I think that very rarely in calisthenics you see a girl who has it all, and you have the package. You have the ability to perform with technique that is flawless. It was just incredible to watch a performance that, while soft, was strong. And it was just a gorgeous vision up on the stage, so thank you so much.
What a journey that you've been on, and to be here on the stage, your story with New York.
It's been incredible, reliving those moments, as great as they were and as also devastating as some of it was, but then using that emotion with I Dreamed a Dream is just such a wonderful song with such meaning, and, you know, utilising those heartbreaks along the way to really give it my all today.
Well, you were beautiful, beautiful to watch. Thank you
so much.
This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin. This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin.
Calisthenics is my life. I've been in this sport for so long. I've been torn down so many times. Like, you're not this, or you need to get this, or you need to do this. Calisthenics is a brutal sport. You've got to be really strong-minded to try and push yourself. And that's what I like about it, and that's why I've never want to leave. Obviously, the aim is always you want to win. That's like your end goal with everything. I'm going to be aiming to get in that top 5. Once you get in that top 5, then you aim to get that first position.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Moulin Rouge. Where's all my soul sisters? Let me hear your flow, sisters.
Hey, sister, go, sister, soul, sister, flow, sister.
Oh.
The funny thing is, when you walked out, we all looked at each other and went, she belongs in the Moulin Rouge. And as soon as that music started, we all went, oh my God.
Oh, that's why I had a feeling that was the thought you were going in your head. That's how I giggled.
Look, your technique is just beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
The whole routine was beautiful. You sold it.
It was dynamic. It was wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Great work.
Rachel, brilliant. You just lit the stage up.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just, the whole time I was just like, technique, technique, technique.
How are you feeling?
I feel really, really good. It's like my coach always says, she's like, feel the nerves before you start and then realise what you're actually going to feel after. And the feeling after is always the best thing, especially when you've nailed it.
How are you feeling now about getting through?
My goal is to get those top 5. When I get it, I'll be really happy with myself.
Good luck, we'll be waiting.
Thank you so much, Selma.
I love how diverse the sport is. There are so many different elements involved in the sport. There's ballet, there's gymnastics, there's dance, apparatus. Calisthenics is a subjective sport. You can get feedback that you don't agree with. You could be placed on the stage in a position that you don't feel you belong. I actually tell myself, this doesn't scare me. This is what I do, this is what I love, and I shouldn't be intimidated by this. I should just go out there and enjoy it.
Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance 'neath the cover of October skies. And all the night's magic seems to whisper and hush, and all the soft moonlight seems to shine in your blush.
You look $1 million. That costume is just wow. And Michael Bublé, great song choice, great musicality, which you could really play to, and I think you could probably just play on that a little bit more, a little bit extra. In terms of your movement around the stage, honestly, you're like dancing on air. You are such a light performer, and that's just gorgeous to watch, so congratulations.
Thank you so much.
The reason why I think it's such a wonderful sport is because it covers so many different areas of dance. Choreography itself has become far more difficult. That's my first observation. I look at what the girls do now and I honestly have no idea how they do it. The girls are extremely professional in the way that they perform, and they're required to perform many different aspects of dance, and that's what makes calisthenics so unique.
Focus on front and then do your next bit. I think as soon as you landed, it was boom, boom, thinking about the next position.
I always get so excited about going on stage because I just love performing. We've had obviously a bit of a break with COVID and being in quarantine and stuff like that. I've done it as best as I can to fit all of my tricks into 30 seconds, which is really not that long, given our routines are normally 2.5 to 3.5 minutes. 30 seconds is like such a compact amount of time to be able to show what you can do. If you make a mistake in one movement, you've spoiled your whole performance, and disappointing yourself more than anything is really hard because you put so much into it and you love it so much.
Julia, welcome back to the stage. It's always a joy watching you because you just really love performing, and it's so obvious. As an audience member, you just feel joy watching you perform. I love your lines, I love your legs, I love your feet, and I just love watching your performances. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Julia, you wanted to spark joy.
I did.
Did you love the response?
Yeah, it was really, really lovely to hear, especially Georgie say she just felt really joyous when I finished, because that was exactly what I wanted them to feel. So as well as doing a really great performance that I was really happy with, it's so lovely to hear on the other side that people also loved watching it.
For many of these girls, calisthenics is their life. Meet Maggie Voss.
Calisthenics is like my passion. It is like my reason
for being. I love it so much. In my calisthenics, I really try and tell the story to the audience. You know, if it's sad or if it's uplifting, you really try and show that. Without a story, it's just moves and tricks, which are amazing, but, you know, without the story, it's like the backbone of a routine. I think it's really important.
Well done, Maggie. That was beautiful.
Thank you.
Amazing choreography. Love the emotion. Love the, you know, you really connecting with the piece, and it's such a great piece of music as well.
I have to admit, I didn't really expect that when you came out. When you walked out onto the stage, I was not expecting that. But I think it was a really powerful piece. I really love the whole contemporary sort of vibe that you were going with.
Thank you so much for bringing the drama. It's really difficult to bring that sort of theatre to a performance where you have to be focusing on the technical as well. So what an extraordinary effort that was.
Thank you.
Maggie, how are you feeling?
I'm just really proud of what I just did out there. And so if I get through, then amazing. But if I don't, I'll know that I hit it with a bang and, you know, well, I did what I could, yeah.
Do you sit with nerves all night wondering, did I, didn't I, did I, didn't I get through?
If I go out there and do it how I just did it then and leave it all on the stage, I go home less stressed than I would if I didn't do a good job, and I'd wish I could have done something better. So because I did such a nice job out there, I'm really pleased with myself. I can go home and a little bit nervous, of course, but not as nervous as I could have been.
It's great to have a beautiful visual performance, but if the music kind of doesn't really go, or if there's something that's just off, it can really throw the performance, and it can really just make you feel, I don't know what was, just didn't love that, or I didn't love that. And we are really nitpicking because they're all at such a high skill level. They're all very, very level. The performer's ability to tap into their own emotion and be able to portray that. And rather than feeling, I need to be able to look like this, I feel like they need to be able to feel like this, because we can really tell if it's real. As an audience, anybody watching can tell if there's real emotion coming across.
Our final performer is known for her very own special move.
My name is Alana Van Dyke. I'm 16 years old and I've been doing calisthenics for 14 years. In my 30-second routine, I have tried to pack in as many of my movements that showcase what I can do. I have this one movement in my solo, which in the calisthenics world, we call it the Alana move. I do a standing split and then I drop my leg and I flick my head back with my leg coming up. So I almost kind of bent in half. Yeah, I feel like that would be the wow factor in this.
Alana, that move. Oh, I love it.
Hi, Alana, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, I really don't know what to say. That was pretty full on. You've got amazing control in those legs and great core strength. It was just a fantastic routine.
You're gorgeous. I love you. I think I want to be you, actually. Upside down, sideways, frontwards, backwards. You nailed it all. Wonderful. Loved it.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. First of all, how old are you?
16.
Wow.
16. I mean, what you can do at 16 is absolutely mind-blowing. I have nothing to say to fault in that performance, so congratulations. It was gorgeous.
Thank you.
Alana, exceptional. Surely you're happy with that?
I'm feeling great. I feel like I really nailed it, and yeah, I'm just very happy with my performance.
That last move, they're calling it the Alana.
The Alana,
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel quite happy just to know there's like a movement named after me.
And is this your good luck charm?
Yes, this is my little good luck charm. It's a little meerkat and it's got the same costume as me, and my nan makes them for me and all my solos that I've done.
So you got the spirit of your nan along with you?
Yes, yeah, I have.
So congratulations on being here and good luck.
Thank you.
This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin. This is Calisthenics, brought to you by Mount Evelyn Community Bank and Thermoskin.
It's going to be really hard to separate the 5 from the 15. It's going to be that special extra thing, you know, that just makes them stand out. It's going to be that passion that comes forward. But it has to be more than just watching somebody up there kicking arms and legs. It has to be somebody that really knows how to feel when they dance.
We will be looking for an overall package. How's the music going? How's the performance going? How's the emotion going? How is the technique going? It's looking at it as an entire package.
We know that they can do all the tricks and we know that they can perform all the movements, but it's that little bit of extra something, that engagement, that's going to be ultimately what we'll be looking at in terms of setting these girls apart and ultimately finding our final 5.
Well, there have been some incredible performances. It's now time to check in with our specialists and find out who are our 5 finalists.
We've reached our decision, and our final 5 are Olivia Balukas, Rebecca Reeves, Alana Van Dyke, Angel Cray, and Maggie Voss.
From 15 to 5, our finalists have been selected. Next week, dreams will be realised and a winner will be crowned.
This is Calisthenics.